This is GameF8 News, where the fate of the games is in the news. In our quick headlines, the UK Competitions and Markets Authority have officially come out against the Microsoft Activision merger. This was heavily expected, but could represent the final nail in the coffin of the deal. Activision CEO and guy you wouldn't want to save you from drowning, Bobby Kotick, has stated that the UK risks becoming Death Valley if they continue to oppose the deal. Now on to our bigger headlines. Yesterday, Nintendo's long-awaited and rumoured Direct finally was broadcast, and wow, it delivered. The presentation started pretty slow, with more visuals of Pikmin 4 and a 21st of July release date. Samba de Amigo's newest game, which was leaked hours before the Direct, was shown off with a summer release. A ton of DLC was announced, including for Splatoon 3, Fire Emblem Engage, Xenoblade 3 and Mario Kart 8, with a brand new Yoshi Island track and a new racer, Birdo. Everything suddenly felt like it was heating up when Level 5 Games, a dev I thought were now focused on mobile gaming, announced Deca Police, a new Fantasy Life and a new Professor Layton game, which is going to be called The New World of Steam. All three games will be a day one pickup this year. We Love Katamari revealed a sequel out of nowhere, and we got new trailers from previously announced games like Sea of Stars and Disney Illusion Island. Shinya Takahashi popped up on screen to talk to us about the Nintendo Online service. This could only mean one thing: Game Boy. Super Mario Land 2, Link's Awakening DX, Tetris and Wario Land 3 are just a few of the launch games for Nintendo's new Game Boy Online service. They've added Game Boy Pocket and Game Boy Color screen filters, giving a nice look to the games. Online and local multiplayer, like their other services, are there and are very welcome. Future games include two of the most overlooked Zelda games in their franchise, Oracle of Seasons and Ages, and also Pokemon Trading Card Game, which are very nice additions. This service is for the normal subscriptions, but for those of you with the Plus, Nintendo dropped Game Boy Advance games. Zelda Minish Cap, Mario Advance 4, which is basically Mario 3 with extra levels, Kirin, and Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga are just a few of the launch games. The future lineup also looks solid, with Metroid Fusion, Fire Emblem and Golden Sun the highlights. There's not many Metroid games left that aren't on the Switch. The Nintendo Direct was feeling pretty solid at this point, with many of us expecting a new Zelda trailer to round things off. But then looking at the time, we still had quite a bit of the Direct left. What did Nintendo have left to announce? Suddenly, the title card said, "The original Metroid Prime Remastered." Then the familiar music piped through the speakers, with the figure of Samus standing there. This Christmas will finally greet the remastered Metroid Prime game. What? It's releasing now. Nintendo are shadow dropping one of this year's most anticipated titles. How is this possible? The game looks stunning, possibly the best looking game on the system, and given that Retro are also making the fourth iteration in the franchise, things are looking solid for that game as well. And at only $40 or 35 English pounds, this is a steal. Physical copies will release in a few weeks on the 22nd of February. This is quite the treat. The Direct finished off with a new Zelda trailer, which probably raised more questions than it answered. The May 12th release date was confirmed, and the Direct ended with many of us wondering what the heck we just witnessed. Sadly, a dark shadow was cast with Nintendo's latest Direct, emanating from the news that the new Zelda title would be priced at $70. This is the price reserved for current generation Xbox Series and PS5 games, with many surprised Nintendo have followed suit with what many argue is a last gen system. Nintendo have come out to reiterate this isn't a global change in pricing to the system, and they still price things on a game-by-game basis. In the UK and Europe, Zelda Breath of the Wild was always priced higher than any other game, so this may not be the case of Nintendo doing something new, just rolling out an existing strategy to America. The game vouchers do look like an even better deal now, with slashing the price of this game to $50 if you grab another game. It would be sad if this news put a dampener on the stunning announcements Nintendo have just made, especially as Zelda has the longest dev cycle of any Zelda game, so will almost certainly be worth paying the premium for. Oh, using the Breath of the Wild engine and assets, this game has taken 6 years of hard grind. Do you remember that time where we made Majora's Mask and it only took a year? Get out of my office. If you're from the UK, you will know a series called Father Ted. In one of the episodes, the church has decided to boycott a film. This otherwise forgettable film that would have attracted no attention becomes Craggy Island's top box office smash thanks to the father's efforts to stop people watching it. Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy. The difference is that this game is by all accounts a solid game that does an awful lot of things right for Potter fans and newcomers alike. Boycotted for the strange views of the author, some were fearing that the devs behind the game would suffer. It would appear that they had nothing to worry about, with 1.2 million viewers of the game on Twitch, and the game achieving the most live viewers for a single player game on the platform, beating Cyberpunk to that title. Oh, I'm afraid too many people are liking our game. We're going to have to close down the servers. But we will never close the servers to GameF8 news. See us tomorrow and every tomorrow unless today is Friday, since our rest of weekends. Love and peach!